Hey everyone, it's me again, and you may not understand what this video is, because there's only been 2 so far, and it's been years since the previous one. But basically I have a trend of having a quote-unquote season recap on like a collection of Let's Plays. I defined a season back when I started this channel as Let's Plays done within a year. So like 2013 was like Majora's Mask up until like Banjo-Kazooie, that kind of thing. And I've done 2 of them so far. Season 1 was a year, Season 2 was not, because of a hiatus. And guess what? Yet again, Season 3, quote-unquote season, I don't know why I call it a season. Season 3 spans a lot of years in terms of YouTube time. So this is a little bit awkward, but I am someone who despises inconsistency. The idea of me only having 2 of these videos existing annoys me, so I'm going to force myself and grit my teeth and do it again. So what this video is basically me talking about the collection, the years, overall how I feel about it, retrospectively, I guess you could say. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's also just another video I can have up at like in December before the next year starts, so we can move on as if it's trauma that we need to recover from. Anyway, so this past few years has been plagued with quite a lot of hiatuses. I think like a 6-year hiatus at one point, mainly because life got in the way. Not just COVID, but also me just having to work full-time, living somewhere where it was difficult to record, having like insufficient hardware at certain points, you know, that kind of thing. So I went a few years without even uploading, so that does suck, but I got over it, and I think we're back in terms of regular uploads, or at least regular content. For the past few years I've been streaming more than I've been uploading, and streams I enjoy a lot. I had quite a few streams these past few years that I really enjoyed and were good experiences overall, and I've been learning how to do it better. Streams are very good for just casual playing of a game, not necessarily even finishing it, like things I don't need to be so neurotic about completing and finishing and stuff. And also I can replay games I've Let's Played before just because it's, you know, very casual. So I did like Mario Sunshine like literally twice or even 3 times in the past few years. I did like Wind Waker again, and they were good. And also I've been playing games that I think if I were to do a blind run of a game, it should be a stream, because there's no guarantee I'll even finish it. Like Tui, I've given up on Tui completely. I don't think I'm doing Tui to completion. But I did do Hat in Time to completion, which is, I think, very good as my first time run as a stream rather than a Let's Play. So I think from then on that'll be the policy for like games I'm not familiar with. So let's go ahead and talk about the retrospective opinion that I have on my past projects, as if you give a shit. Now starting off with Mario Party 3, I think that began, I forget what, hold on one second, let me check the year for that. That was 6 years ago, 2016. It was literally January 1st, 2016 that began. So that Let's Play was pretty much exactly what I wanted from it. Like, it was very chill. I think I had a couple like frame dropping issues maybe, but overall it was like exactly as relaxed and not as stressful as I wanted it to be. I mean, I didn't want it to be stressful. It was exactly as stress-free as I wanted it to be. So I look back fondly on that one, even though I don't remember most of it. I'm pretty sure I have a good opinion about that. And I watched a little bit back. I mean, I cringe at myself back then, as I always do. But, you know, you just sort of get over that at some point. Pink Hour is a 3-video Let's Play I did in my car with my laptop microphone, waiting for someone. I was like waiting for someone to meet up with me, and I was like, hey, why not do like a half-hour Let's Play of this free-to-play game on Steam that someone asked me to do. So I was like, why not, and it was okay. I mean, it's exactly what you expect from that. It wasn't that entertaining, but it was also like, do you expect it to be? It's a free-to-play game that takes a half hour to see all the endings, so that's all that was. But the next one was Wind Waker, which was a big project, and I was pretty happy with it. I think looking back now, I could have done a lot better, especially in terms of editing, and obviously nowadays I can record in higher quality, so it's not like that amazing of a series looking back, and maybe I'll revisit it as an official Let's Play again, but I don't think anytime soon. But I also think that one was pretty good. There were a couple episodes that I didn't really like after finishing, just because of, like, I don't know, my commentary being awful, or like my microphone not having the right settings and I didn't know to check beforehand, and just like frame dropping, that hardware kind of stuff. So stuff I really got to get over, but overall I think it was pretty good. I enjoyed editing a few of the videos on there, so yeah, I think that one was pretty good. Then we have Super Mario Bros. 3, which I'm amazed I did that on the original hardware. I did that on the NES, and if you've played any game on the NES, or if you're familiar with any game prior to the N64, most of those games you cannot save. Especially the NES. You cannot save your progress on Mario 3. It is a short game, but it is, it's just, it was stressful, because if the NES started to freeze, or if I had to leave, I would have to play the entire game over again to get back to where I was. And, that I was stressed about, but overall, it performed pretty well. I don't think there was a single glitch or anything. As far as my commentary, this was like 6 years ago, so I cringe at it now. But, it wasn't that bad. I think it was pretty good. There were a few times where I got legitimately frustrated with the game, but it wasn't a bad watch seeing it again, other than me cringing at myself. But I don't know how that translates to other people. I don't know if they think that's cringe as well. Anyway, Castlevania 4 though is something that really makes me cringe, because although I love that game, and I do enjoy seeing the improvements in terms of like quality from Mario 3 to Castlevania 4, it also is a Let's Play where I was actually getting angry towards the end because of how frustrating the game was, and also the fact that I couldn't save really, and going back over and over again to the same level that I already cleared, and it takes like 15 minutes to get back to where I died. I got like legitimately angry, and when seeing that again, I sort of just am embarrassed, because it's not like YouTuber rage, where they try to make it funny. It's just sort of like cringe rage, because I didn't edit around it. I didn't I didn't play it off. I got angry like as angry as I would if I was playing alone and unwatched, which is pretty embarrassing. But you know, it's just sort of whatever. You know, I can't really do anything about that anymore. I just hope that no one watches it again, but I'll leave it up anyway, whatever, you know. LP number 19, Space Funeral. You know, honestly, it was okay. It's another one of those games where I did in like a handful of videos, so it wasn't like super amusing. I think I was just excited to show off a game that I had discovered that is very bizarre. It's quite an interesting game. I think it speaks for itself. Like, my commentary didn't add a whole lot. I just sort of like showing it off to my channel, but you know, I don't really remember the commentary too much. That was also like several years ago, but it was, you know, it was a pretty good one. I don't think I have a problem with it really. Then there came Pikmin, and this is where the hiatus came in. Like, I had recorded the entire Let's Play in 2 days. However, I edited half of it. Then I had issues and didn't edit the rest until like earlier this year. And now all of it's uploaded, of course. But you know, it's weird coming back to a Let's Play I did in the middle of it to finish editing, because I had no idea where I like left off really. I just sort of did bare minimum editing because I don't want to like, you know, mess up continuity or whatever with editing quality. I was just like trying to make it work, but it's also, I'm sure, weird to see like episode, I don't know what it was, but like episode 11 come out several years later, but no one really, obviously I don't have like a whole lot of viewers, so I don't think anyone really noticed or cared, which is something to be grateful for. But so I think the Let's Play was pretty good overall. Again, like after every single one of these hiatuses, I forget how to commentate with energy. Like I often just am boring with commentary until I get back into the groove, but with all of these breaks I keep like, you know, getting out of the groove again, if that makes any sense. Like I just I just become boring again until I get back into it. And you know, Pikmin had already started after a hiatus, so it took a while for me to get back into it. Hopefully it wasn't that boring to other people, but obviously I'm not that good of a judge of my own shit, so whatever. And that brings me to Yume Nikki, which, despite, you know, coming out a few months after the last episodes of Pikmin, was still like the first Let's Play I commentated on in a long time. So I don't know if it's interesting to people. I think, you know, it's a good game to pick for that, because commentary wouldn't, like an energetic commentary wouldn't do that game justice. The game's sort of interesting on its own, so I would say that it's a decent Let's Play. The main regret with that one is that I didn't show off like a whole lot of events, and there was like one event I had reached the point, but like it took 2 hours of me trying to trigger the event before I like gave up, because it was just like taking too long and I didn't have a whole lot of time, and also I'm not willing to spend that much time on it. So I was just sort of like, you know, fuck it, whatever. Just if you're interested enough in the game to watch the event, you can either watch it on YouTube or play the game yourself, you know. And I didn't show off a whole lot of events, mainly just like the more popular ones. But I think that's fine. That's just whatever. It's just how it goes. But yeah, so anyway, that's all the Let's Plays I did in this sort of collection. So yeah, I just sort of wanted to do a recap. Overall, I think I did pretty well. There's a few that are like really positive in my mind, and a couple that are like negative slash boring. I think my favorite Let's Play from this time period would probably be Wind Waker, of course, or like Mario Party 3 or something. You know, the beginning ones when I was still like in the groove, as I keep saying, like sort of used to it. But yeah, hopefully next year I'll be able to more consistently make uploads. I'll probably have less Let's Plays overall, because I'll be streaming along with a full-time job and school. But I'll try to have something more consistent and try not to take like a couple years off. But I can't make any promises. You know how life is, like something might happen and I can't predict what, so that's just, you know, we'll just see. But thanks for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about something no one cares about, and I'll see you next year.